This is Weekend Winners, proudly brought to you by 1Equine, and we're going harness racing at Albion Park on Saturday night. A really strong program, 10 races. Action gets underway at 5:40. The free-for-all, race number 4, very interesting as we gear up towards our summer carnival of features. The free-for-alls, they're going to be really interesting races, and this race will be no exception this Saturday night. In this edition of Weekend Winners, I plan on speaking with two leading drivers, Pete McMullen, Nathan Dawson. They're 1-2 in the state right now. They're 1-2 in the country right now. And as you would expect, they both have big books. Let's see what they've got to say about their drives this weekend. Pete McMullen is about to join us to go through his book of drives for Saturday night. He's the leading driver in the state. He's the leading driver in the country. We're getting closer to the end of the season. Before I go through your book of drives, Pete, is there a number that you're chasing at this point in time?
No, not really. I'm just taking every day, one day at a time, and fingers crossed we can keep this good run up. It's been very enjoyable.
Yeah, absolutely. The results speak for themselves. Let's go through your busy night in front of you this weekend. Watch Pulp Fiction in race 1. The old guy, is it safe to say he's back or somewhere near his best? His recent efforts have been excellent and the sectionals back it up. Yeah,
like obviously he's not racing the open company like he once was, but the times he's been running have been off the chart, and he's been sort of probably racing a little uncharacteristically and doing a bit more work than what he normally does. So it helps in these races. We can put him into the race a little bit, and and he's really sort of racing good enough to back it up.
So this grade, this is his niche?
I think so. In saying that though, the times he's been running, and it'd be interesting to see if if they sort of stood up against the open class.
Last week it was a blanket finish, 4 runners stretched across the track. Did you think you'd won last week?
No, I knew I just missed, but a couple of strides after the line, he was in front, and we were super happy with his performance. He was, I think it was about 6 or 7 wide and a long way back. So once again, he was sort of really good.
Gate 7 over the mile, likely to go back and come with 1 run. Cat and mouse tactics again with underworked.
Yeah, I think so. It sort of seems the way that they're playing out, and although last week it possibly cost us, trying to wait to get the cover of underworked, and a few others came out in front of us, and we both got shuffled back a fair way. So, I think the way he's racing, he's probably going good enough that if we have to try and get a bit of an advantage on underworked and a few of them other ones, we possibly can.
Okay, let's go across to race number 3. Double or Nothing, drawn the inside of the second row, but he follows out King Triton, a horse that's going well. Can Saturday night be his night?
Well, let's hope so. Barrier 8, on paper it looks everything's perfect, but that's sort of happened before, and he hasn't sort of come up with the goods. But this week I think it's a little bit weaker race, and looks like we're sort of following the right horse. So fingers crossed, Saturday night's the night.
It does look straightforward. King Triton looks the leader. You're going to be right behind him. Hopefully either come to the outside passing lane. Every chance.
Yeah, it seems that way, but obviously we've had this trip before and he hasn't been able to deliver. But he has always had a few little excuses, and albeit they're only little ones, they've always sort of been there. So fingers crossed we can get rid of them excuses this week. Okay,
race 4. This is the Open. Obvious question for you. Who's the best open class horse in Queensland right now?
Yeah, I still think Colt 31 is definitely the best horse in Queensland.
Really?
Yeah.
Hasn't won a race this year?
Yeah, look, obviously Grant and the team have got a few little issues there, but without a doubt he's still the best horse. You don't earn $1 million if you're not the best horse in the state. So obviously when he gets back to his best, I think he'll show that. But right at the moment it's very good racing. There's quite a lot of horses that are all sort of stepping up, and it's pretty exciting times to have an even bunch of open horses that can all run super hard miles.
Yeah, there's some real emerging talent, young horses as well. This is one in particular, Black Sedans. He's only a 4-year-old. He's been fresh and PB effort last time out. Took him all the way off the front end in 51.8. How's he been training up? What are you expecting fresh up here Saturday night?
Yeah, he trailed Tuesday a week ago, and he was probably only just okay. It was a little hard to get a guide that day. It was extremely windy, and the splits were all a little bit upside down, and it was hard to sort of know exactly how he was. But he's come on through that really well, and he's sort of been building, and Saturday night, bit of an awkward draw, and he's probably not going to be 100% race fit, but you know, all in all, but we're still really happy with him, and you know, hopefully this is sort of a good way to kick off the campaign.
You've got speed to your inside and you're drawn in gate 5. Do you have to be the enforcer? Do you want to be the enforcer in this race?
I don't really want to be, but it's possible that it may have to be. We'll just have to sort of weigh it up, and obviously first up, and it looks like he's going to have a pretty long campaign, so you know, hopefully we don't have to overdo it, but at the same time he does sort of race that way.
So he's definitely aiming towards the Summer Carnival?
Yeah, he's got the Summer Carnival, and he is amongst the noms in the Inner Dominion.
Okay. Race number 5, it's Mr. Clooney. This looks a very good race for him. Drawn gate 2 last week, bad gate. Excellent run last week against a potential monster in Deus Ex. How did you mark him?
Yeah, you know, he was really good there, and you know, we're happy with how this guy's progressing. So this looks a reasonably suitable race. So fingers crossed he can get the job done.
Do you want to lead, or do you think you'll end up with a trail?
I think we've got to take a shot to try and find the front. You know, from a failed, you know, pretty good draw, you sort of always got to be trying to stay handy. But I don't think it matters either way with this guy. He's very versatile.
Okay. Race number 6, our Antonio Rose. Interesting runner here, coming straight to Albion Park. She's trialled recently. Graham Dwyer prepares. She strikes a very winnable race here at Albion Park on Saturday night.
Yeah, you know, she trialled really well last week, and yeah, it could be a little bit exciting, this one. She sort of, you know, seems like she goes pretty well, and it's great to be able to go on these sort of mares races first up and have a bit of a chance.
She's not a big mare, is she?
No, she's pretty tiny, so yeah, there's been quite a lot of tiny ones out there lately.
Okay, well, her form reads very well. She's been quite consistent down south in New South Wales, so you were happy with that trial. Is it just a matter of finding the right horse to follow?
Yeah, I think so. You know, she probably just needs a bit of a toe into it, and you know, barring bad luck, I think she'll be thereabouts.
Okay, race 7, Lombo Heaven for your wife Chantel. Can he lead and run a race here?
Yeah, he's sort of, you know, really shown that, you know, when he finds the front, he can run a really good race, and fingers crossed he can find the front Saturday night, and if he does, back over the mile, I think he'll, you know, really run a good race.
Okay, race number 8, She Owns the Day, again for Graham Dwyer. She was very impressive on Tuesday, really hit the line strongly.
Yeah, she won a couple of races at Redcliffe, and you know, they were both really good wins, but she sort of stepped up in class, and you know, we're a little sceptical of how she's going to go, but she really stood up and raced super. So you know, once again, she's got to step up again Saturday night. But judging by that run the other day, I think she'll be right up there. Off
the back of Tuesday's effort, she's good enough to win this race?
I think so. Probably just needs a trip. Obviously, things weren't ideal for her on Tuesday. She had to sort of weave and, you know, coming right to the outside and hit the line strong. So if she has a live helmet, I think she'll be a very good chance.
Okay, in race 9, you're down to drive Nürburgring for trainer Steve Borg. This is a race that he can win.
Yeah, definitely. You know, he's a horse with good ability. You know, and I don't think he sort of gets the right sort of race here. It's not an overly big field, and you know, he's a horse you can drive pretty positive and be positive. So fingers crossed we can get forward, and you know, I think if that's the case and doesn't have to do too much work, I think he'll be a good chance.
So you're going to light him up?
Well, I'll have to wait and see what Steve says, but you know, they call me Leader Peter.
Okay, well, we'll take the tip there with race 9 at number 5, Nürburgring. Really solid book coming up on Saturday night, as per normal for you, Pete. Which one are you most looking forward to?
It's a tough question. You know, I think there's a lot of good chances there Saturday night, and we'll probably wait and see. But yeah, it's hard to pick a standout.
Okay, well, we'll just watch with interest. I'm sure you're going to be in the thick of the action. Really appreciate the time. We'll see you trackside.
No worries. Thanks, Chris.
10 races, 9 drives for Nathan Dawson this Saturday night, and he joins us now. Nathan, appreciate the time.
No, good to be on, Chris.
Our Bondi Beach in race 1, drawn gate 2. This is a fairly strong veteran's pace, but he's going to be handy from this draw. How do you rate his chances?
Yeah, he always runs his consistent race, so if he gets the right luck, he'll be thereabouts again.
He can draw a good gate, this horse, can't he?
Yeah, Greg Franklin, he's got the magic touch where to put him in.
Well, that's our Bondi Beach in race 1. Let's move across to race 3. Life's Black. Great to see this guy back in the form that he's in currently. He's racing really well, really consistently. How do you rate his chances in this field on Saturday night?
Yeah, I think he's in with a good chance. You know, as you said, he's racing really consistent again, and I think, you know, he's probably near his best, and he run last night was good, so he generally improves that little bit when he backs up.
Are you likely to roll forward here and get handy?
I think so. He's got good gate speed, you know. I'd be surprised if he didn't nearly cross them, especially at Albion Park.
Okay. Well, that's going to be an interesting race there. King Triton drawn gate 1. Many expect him to lead, but Life's Black does have good gate speed. Race number 4. This is the Open. Before I get your thoughts on our Uncle Sam, I'll pose the same question to you. Who's the best open class horse in Queensland right now?
It's probably between, Turn It Up and, Chantal Turpin's got a few good handy ones at the moment, so it's probably between those, like Will the Wizard and Turn It Up probably.
Yeah, it's not cut and dried, is it?
No, it's not. There's no really standouts at the moment. It's a pretty even bunch.
All right, our Uncle Sam here in race 4 on Saturday night. You've got speed to your inside. You've got some pace drawn to your outside. How do you see this early with our Uncle Sam?
Yeah, we've been a little bit disappointed with him of late, his last couple. We've changed a few things with him and I'm hoping he's back to his best. But if we can find a handy spot, I'd like to try and drive him off the speed this week and see what he can do.
Okay, that being said, where would you ideally like to be in this field?
Yeah, 1-1, 1-2 would be awesome. Just somewhere there, sitting and getting our last chance at him.
Okay, this race will generate tempo and pressure. There's no doubt about it. Replaced Eye expected to improve sharply off the inside. Black Sedance is likely to roll forward. He could be the enforcer here, so there should be genuine speed here.
Yeah, it looks like it should be a strong run race. So if we get that little bit of luck, I think we should be thereabouts.
All right. Race number 5, it kicks off the quaddie. You're driving the Ideal Dancer. This guy is just bursting to win a race. Will it be his turn Saturday night?
Yeah, it looks like it's probably his chance on Saturday night. He's been going well and, thereabouts without a lot of luck. So it's a nice draw for him, I feel, and with the right bit of luck, I think he can win.
You went back from that wide draw last week. Sectionally, he was super the way he really savaged the line.
Yeah, he was. He was last at the 400 and we ended up getting up into the placing. So I think if he does something similar again this week, he should get over the top of him.
Do you feel that you're following out your main thread in It's Mr. Clooney?
I think so. Pete would like to hold a forward spot there somewhere, so that'll work out good for us as well.
Okay. Race number 6 on Saturday night. Molly's Marielle is your drive here. A mare that's going really well for trainer Mark Rees. She draws gate 2. Should be handy and should be very competitive.
Yeah, you'd think so. She's going well, got the nice draw, so if we can find the right helmet to take a sit on, she should be thereabouts.
Okay, could that be Jewel of Peak? She's a known front runner and she can really fly the arm, so could you end up behind the speed behind Jewel of Peak?
Yeah, I think it'll look pretty similar to last week, the way it looks on paper.
Okay, well that's Molly's Marielle in race 6. Race 7, you're down to drive Squire. We just mentioned Greg Franklin earlier. This guy's absolutely flying, and it doesn't matter now, Nathan, if it's a mile or 2100. He's very adept at both.
Yeah, that's right. He used to be known as a good miler, but at the moment it's not worrying him. He's racing very strong over both way and having to do a bit of work in his races as well. So he's probably in career best form at the moment and hopefully we can keep it up for Saturday night.
It's only a field of 8, but it should be a competitive race. There's a number of horses that have got good claims here. Lombo Heaven drawn immediately to your inside. Are you any chance of crossing him?
He's been getting out the gate pretty good, but we'll definitely having a good look at him and trying to get across. But it would have been ideal to draw underneath him, but, we'll just have a look and see how it works out.
Okay, but he's definitely got winning claims?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Race number 8, Molly's Secret is your drive here. Drawn out in gate 6 last week. She had the inside. So does it help that she's got a little bit more room to work with early?
Yeah, I think so. She's been going well without, supers, so she's just taken a little bit to come back to get a bit of fitness under her, but she should be getting close to the mark now.
Yeah, well, this will be her 4th run back on Saturday night. This is easier than last week, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks it, doesn't it? So you think, if we happen to get that little bit of luck, it should work out well.
All right, that's Molly's Secret. Race 9, again for Sean Grimsey. Blissful Lily. Small field, that's going to suit her. Is she well up to winning this race?
I think so. I think she's going better than what her form actually looks. So last week we didn't get the ideal trip and she wasn't far away. So being a smaller field, it should play into our hands.
As far as early pressure is concerned here, Nürburgring, he's likely to run the gate?
Yeah, I think so. He'll probably go forward. There's a few, pressure horses in the race. So if we can get that right run just behind him, she should get over the top of him.
Okay, I'm a Sports Star as a horse that you know well. He's going quite okay, isn't he? So barrier 1 could be a plus for him.
Yeah, the barrier is definitely going to help him. He's going well, but I don't know if he's right at his best at the moment. So I didn't think there was too much between them, so I opted with Blissful Lily.
Okay. The last, this is a trot, and it's under mobile start conditions, over a mile. Just a bit noisy for Doug Lear's your drive here. Barrier 1, that's a big plus for him. Can he be competitive here?
I think so. You know, he's going well off a bit of a handicap, so draw in the front, you know, he should be thereabouts, and if he gets that right run and his manners are good as always, he should be in with a good shot.
Yeah, the past 2 runs have been really good. Just with the mobile start, gate speed, what do you know about his gate speed?
Yeah, I think he gets off the arm pretty good, so, you know, draw 1 there, we have our options and we can take a look, or it's no pressure, we'll be able to hold up.
Okay. Busy night coming up for you as per normal on Saturday night. Which one stands out at this early point?
I like the Ideal Dancer and Life's Black. You know, they're going well, so if they get their bit of luck, they should be winning.
Okay, so races 3 and 5. Nathan, as always, appreciate the time. We'll see you trackside.
Thanks, Chris.
As always, a big thanks to both Pete and Nathan giving up their time and insights for their drives, and we wish them the best of luck. Looking for a good gamble on this program on the weekend? I'm going to go early. Race 2, number 11, Rock Fisherman. This guy is in the zone right now. His effort last week against a potential monster in Deus Ex was unbelievable. Yes, I know he's got the bad draw and he's got some pretty classy mares in front of him. Was Firebug Low Flying beat home Rock Fisherman last week, and Scarlet Babe fresh up returns to the action, and she looked good in a recent trial. But I think Rock Fisherman is a horse that could measure up during the upcoming Summer Carnival features. So we'll put our faith in him. Race 2, number 11, hoping he can overcome the draw. Remember, if you are gambling this weekend, please do so responsibly. We'll see you trackside at Albion Park, the first of 10 at 5:40.